Epicurean Smokes, where the good times burn.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Steven here from Epicurean Smokes. Today we're starting the Humidor Tour. I've been asked to do this for a while, and while it will likely take several segments, we'll get started with my big Herf 450 counts and see what we have in there. So on this side we have a Gold Star that was sent in by Oliver Nouveau. We had him on our Stogie Society podcast. We have Rebellion Cigars Screaming Skull. Got a chance to interview them at PCA 2025. The new-ish McAuliffe Purple. Blackened S84. Sent in by my buddy Max. The Postaña San Andres. This is the new one for 2025. Sent in by Mike, so appreciate that, Mike. You'll see, like, throughout the tour there'll be some random, like, older stuff that I've just, like, tossed in. And while Toscanos generally don't need humidification, they can be placed in a humidor. And so this is a Toscano Extra, and this is a regular Toscano. So we have the Four Kicks 2025 LE. Liga number 9, and this is a special one. This is from this batch that Max sent me, which is the Caribbean exclusive Liga number 9. And then the new Los Cal Crown Heads 2025. Back here we have a remnant of one of my first boxes ever purchased. This is the Cohiba Red Dot Capa Reserva in 1980. Edición Diamante, so they came in these cool glass tubos, all sealed up, and they were from a bale of tobacco from 1980. So at the time they were released, they were like a 30-year aged bale or something like that. So kind of an interesting one, and I've just kind of kept it as kind of a reminder or a relic. One of my favorite cigars, Ferretego Elegancia. Of course, had to get a box of these, and just a beautiful cigar. I've given away from this box, so this one over here is actually a 2022 that I slipped in just to save some space. What do we have in here? We got a Fratello Verde. This is kind of one of their like budget lines, and it's actually pretty good. I did a review on these some time back, the Casa Torano. They're owned by General Cigar now, and while these are kind of a budget line, they're actually not a bad smoke. Same for the Cinco Vegas. I believe these are a Plasencia production, if I'm not mistaken, and so they're just done under this particular band. Ready for an upcoming episode of Stogie Society podcast with the Wise Man Lancero. This is the new one in Maduro, and somewhere in these humidors is the Corojo. Might be somewhere. And what do we have here? CAO Mosaic. Kind of neat with the cedar sleeve. The new Foundation 10-year. The Don Pepin Garcia JJ, 20th anniversary 2025. Rocky Patel, The Edge, 20th anniversary. I think this was a gift from my buddy Sonny. So if it was, thanks Sonny. I know this one came from my buddy Julian. This is the newish La Gloria Cubana 8th Street, Miami, USA. And this isn't just kind of like a relic of my CP purchase days, and they happen to have at one time these Macanudo gold glass tubos, which is just kind of neat. So And then the Casa Toraño, they actually did a glass tubo version of their Reserva Decadencia. So I still have one of those. It's kind of a neat glass relic. We have Epicurean Allegiance, CAO Aniversario. Oh, no. Le Aniversar, Cameroon. I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm gonna smoke that. Another Vitola of the CAO. This one is the Gothic 6x52 torpedo. And this one came from Frank, and there's a bunch of Frank stuff over in this corner. The Illyrian Special Edition. And then I picked up some of these Warfighter Redacteds, which I did a little review on Instagram for these. This is their like event-only release for Warfighter. We're gonna have them on the Stoic Society podcast soon, so I have some of their cigars to talk about. But that's a good cigar. Let's go through my Frank pile here. He's got all kinds of stuff that he sent to me. Paradise Lost, Lancero. We've got Al Pastor, it's a Rojas. This is Santiago. Some street meat. The Shadow Smokers. I still gotta try this. But Frank was nice enough to send me one to try. I have the Cavalier Inner Circle. The X Smokes 63 Connecticut. Sleek from Vicente Blends. A Pussy Magnet. El Galan. I've tried some of the other El Galan stuffs. This is the Semilla Cubana, like Cuban seed. And so I like their stuff so far that I've tried. So this is Church of Tobacco. And Siete Potencias. A manly cigar. A Don Renaldo, or no, this is Don Reyes, Cerro Negro. And this is a Renejados, Mezcla Personal. And then another Don Reyes Maderas. So nice. And those are all from Frank. So thanks, Frank, for that. I got to smoke with Raul of R&R Cigars, and he was nice enough to give me some of his blends to try. I've smoked some of them, and I still have some more to check out, but big thanks to Raul at R&R Cigars. We have another CAO. This one is the Frontier. And a big one of the Macanudo line. This one, they call it the... Oh yeah, the Prince of Wales. That's right. They have an abbreviation on the back. It took me a second to figure out what it is. But yeah, the Macanudo Prince of Wales is a really big size. So it's an 8x52. Anyway. I've got my Stoke here in a separate bag just because I'm pretty sure that is with the aromatic pipe tobacco, so I don't want to stink up the rest of the stuff in the box. We've got a new-ish Aganorso Supreme Leaf. This one is a 2025. I write them on the barcode. Somebody just messaged in one of the Discords, I think, how do you tell the difference? You don't. You write it. So 2025 Basin. Another one of these Toscanos. I was in a local shop and I found some Ferriotego Supremes. And so I was like, oh, cool, let me grab some Ferriotego Supremes. And then I was in another shop and I saw a Nat Sherman Timeless Supreme. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I got to try the old blend and I want to do a comparison with the new one. I'm excited to see how they compare, but I will say that just smoking that Timeless Supreme, the Nat Sherman blend, it has aged extremely well. Very, very good. Here's another CAO Gold, and this is the Churchill size. We've got a Plasencia Reserva Original. This group is actually all from Hugo. Hugo gave me these for my birthday. This is a Basin Añejo. This came from Sunny. Sunny gave me an Añejo to try. But yes, I remember Hugo came over, and I think there was one other cigar in there as well. He gave me a Grigri from LA Cigar Collective. The Ferriotego Sterling, which is supposed to be basically this Dahlia size that's very similar to the Elegancia, so I'm very excited to do that comparison. He gave me a Casa Fuente, which is great because, you know, Casa Fuente doesn't exist anymore. So appreciate Hugo for that. As we go through, you'll see like the kindness of the cigar community and how much stuff just like has been gifted. And then get under this tray to the next tray. Got some Cohiba clubs. I do like a small short smoke from time to time. And so Monte Cristo shorts of that particular size are probably my favorite. But Cohiba clubs, this was I think the limited edition packaging. So a little different than what you might see on the shelves currently. Here, this was like a budget box. I still have never smoked one out of it. You know, remnants of bidding days on bidding websites, but I don't know, might be good. I still gotta try one. I like to potentially like put out a box if, you know, some friends come over and like, you know, just want something to burn. Not cigar connoisseurs, but like just want something to burn. Another one from Raul, and so another one I need to try. I'm gonna clear one side out so I can move them. This is a 3-pack of double Edmundos. So, double Edmundos. And then this is like my Dunbarton section over here. So we've got Mi Querida. This is an Umbagog, a Red Meat Lovers, and a Sobremesa Brulee, as well as the Saka Overseas. So that one is only available in the international market there. So that. And the one I kind of set aside was a Sereno. If you don't know Sereno, that's a good boutique to check out. They make some good stuff. And then let's see. I just picked up. I'd seen Matt, Cigar Hound Dog Matt, mention the Tatuaje Kohonu 2003 as kind of like the OG Kohonu line, and I wanted to try it, so I just grabbed one of these and I'm gonna try it. A new AJ Decenio, some more Dunbarton stuff down in here. Let's see here. This particular shop exclusive was sent by Nick, I guess. So thanks to Nick for that. And he'd also sent me a bunch of these like red meat lovers that I had over there to try. Mi Querida. We've got some Don Derma and Don Derma Golden Child over here. An Umbagog. Dude, I gotta smoke this one. The Solita Red I still haven't tried yet. And a regular Sober Mesa. The Paladin de Saka, another shop exclusive. Got a bunch of Dunbarton to do. But and then my buddy Sonny gave me the Unstolen Valor. I think Sonny gave me this. Either Sonny or Nick. But either way, both of those dudes have given me like a bunch of Dunbarton to try because they're big fans. So appreciate that. Always appreciate, you know, friends in the community who want to help like broaden your palette on certain things that they like. What do we have here? We got another CAO Gold, Serie R La Gloria. And these are cool. Willie's. If you haven't checked out Willie's, he does a lot of Instagram content, but these are Puerto Rican cigars. So you see the flag there. And Mia of Mia Brands introduced me to his stuff, and so really appreciative for that. There's more of his stuff in these humidors somewhere, but we will get to it. Some more La Gloria. This is the Serie R, the Esteli, and the Classic. And then this is the Big Papi from Artista Cigars, and so I got to hang out with Ram, the owner at PCA this year, and so he gave me some of those, which is cool. JM Cigars, which is pretty close to me here in Southern California, they sent me a nice pack of their Churchills of the Jams Dominican line to try, so that's that big box up there. So big thanks to them. And then this one is a Woodstock Brown, another one that I got to meet at PCA, and they make, of some of their lines, they have some Panamanian cigars, which I smoked and reviewed on the Instagram, and good stuff. I did a kind of a fun pairing with some Panamanian rum as well. Another one of those Nat Sherman Timeless. What do we got here? Baccarat, Sweet Tip. And a Nica Libre. It's like scattered budget stuff. Put that R&R back up there. And then Cigars. We do the band in what would seem like the opposite direction, except it makes sense because your ash is like the erupting volcano, so they're made to go this way. But Cigars by Casa 1910. It's pretty cool product because they're like Mexican, you know, featuring Mexican tobacco. Down here, I've got a Chamali Pengu, and I got a bunch of Chamali over here too, because I won their local like long ash competition, and so I got to take home some of these bad boys, which are the like never gonna be released Pengu Lanceros. So that's like super awesome. So there's no really point in like posting a whole video for it, like, but maybe like an Instagram review with some pictures just to kind of share the experience. But yeah, super cool. I love stuff like that. It's never gonna be released. We've got some AG Cigars stuff over here with some other things mixed in. Let's get those out first. So we got a Don Pepin ERH and a Tiago Familia Elegida. What is this? Black Pearl. This was an inexpensive Cameroon, and it's actually pretty good. It's kind of linear, but like not a bad cigar at all. And then Sonny gave me this 10th anniversary limited edition from Florida de las Antillas from my father, and DC actually sent me one recently as well, which is a sign that I must smoke them because now I have 2 of these. And then yeah, I think the rest down here should be all AG. So we have a few different sizes of the, here they are, Alejandro Robina. These are the China duty-free releases, and so Alex was nice enough to send me all the sizes of those. Phenomenal, great cigar. And yeah, here are all the sizes. And so I'm excited to have, you know, one of each size to try. But that's what that lineup looks like. So Can't tell if these are the same or not. Oh, yeah, they look like they're the same. 2 of one size. I like that. I like having a little extra. And then my favorite, aside from the Alejandro Robina, is the Nuevo Reino in King. And so he sent me one of those. And we got some ambassadors. It's the 109. And then the Maduro. This was the, I think, 46 ring. Another Maduro, the Robusto. And he sent me another Glorioso, so I just reviewed this one. So if you're curious about that, I have reviews for the Nuevo Reino and the Gloriosos on the YouTube channel. I have an AG Lancero, and another Ambassador 109, and then the new Legendary Moment. This is the Ray Lewis cigar. So excited to review that one as well. So a little AG collection there. And then over here I've got a few Quinteros. So if you know, those are the short filler Cuban cigars. And I just happened to come across some in my travels, and so grabbed some of those. And then on this side we have another Nat Sherman Timeless. What's on this one? Oh, Ugo. He gave me the Oreo Connecticut from Sanj Patel. We have Hannibal Barca cigar quarters. I think this was from, yeah, it's a Dominican cigar, and I think it's the company's in New Orleans, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. And then we have one from Yerba Santa, another one I met at PCA, and I've got reviews on the Instagram for that cigar. And then a Nat Chico. And then Dale makes the Istanbul, but this is a Luciano Cigars Dale, which is a Nicaraguan cigar. And then another of those Fratello Verde Connecticut's. It's a good quick cigar. And then in my golden NFT box, there are no golden NFTs, but there are some nice little E2s, so full of little E2s. 62 Boveda in there, and some E2s. This one I tagged on the bottom because it's the oldest of the bunch. This is a 2015 E2, and so been meaning to burn that like sooner rather than later. But yeah, very excited to have a small stockpile of E2s now, so decided to keep them in there. We'll get to the final layer on this one, and then I'll probably take a break and do a round 2 video. All right. Let's see. We got some things that some people might not expect to find in my humidors. An old Cohiba Black with a funky, messed up band. Funny thing about these Cohiba Blacks is, like, at least when they did them at Total Wine, they'd like had them in these metal tubes, and I think people would like pull them out and like kind of shove them back in the tube, and then like the bands would get all messed up. Like you wouldn't realize till you got home with the tubo. You're like, what? Anyway, new Cohiba Rubicon, which we reviewed on Stogie Society. Some Weller Cohibas from, I think, 3 years ago. Some Cohiba Royales, and an old red dot. This, you can still get the, I think they're called Cristales or Crystals or something like that, and they're the glass tubo Cohiba red dots. And then this is kind of like the Rocky Patel section over here, and some other stuff mixed in. There's an ALR, and We have Rocky Patel, a Renaissance Habano, the Sun-Grown Maduro, vintage 1990. This is a chonky 660, I think. What do we got here? Rocky Royale. So we got a Cohiba Royale over there, and then a Rocky Royale over here. And then a vintage 92. One of the ones that I've come back to of the Rocky Patel line are these 99 Connecticut's. And I do like these little like baby perfectos, like 4x40s, like quick dog walkers. I think that's a decent cigar. And what else do we have here? Another Rocky Sun-Grown, different banding. Rocky San Andres. We'll come back to those. This is the Rocky Patel. I think they're called the Edge Light. I say light on the bottom. And then a smattering of different like Altadis Romeo Julieta. So got a Reserva Real, 2 different sizes there. 1875 Romeo Reserve, 1875 Nicaragua, Connecticut, and which is one of very few. I think it's a Nicaraguan puro, but with Connecticut wrapper, which is kind of unique. And then another of those varieties. So a lot of those, and then even more. I've been through my brands in the day. So Medianoche, another Reserve. This is one of those Romeo y Julieta tubos. I forget the variety, but and then an Aniversario. So a whole lot of those. Back in your corner. And then underneath, I just got a new pack of my favorite Monte Cristo shorts. Underneath these guys, we've got another size of the vintage Connecticut 99, a big DBS Rocky Patel, yet another size of the vintage 99. You can tell I kind of like that blend. And then the vintage 2003 Cameroon. And then we've got some like actually interesting stuff down here at the bottom. I picked up these original chrome, however that's said. These are kind of some neat culebras, and they're made by Villiger. And I just thought they were cool. They're not like an expensive or rare cigar. They're actually like pretty common. I saw them pretty much everywhere I went in Switzerland. But I decided, I was like, I'd like to have some of these and throw some in when I bomb people's cigars, just because they're kind of weird. And so got some like loose ones down here as well. And they're like weird because they have like a filter tip and stuff. So I don't know, just neat. We got some A-size cigars in here. So if you know what that is, this one is a July 2019 Monty A. And so I got this to do as part of my like Legends of the Leaf Monte Cristo series that I worked on for a while and then stopped working on for a while. It's hard to find the time to get all this stuff done all the time. But that's a big Monty A. So they come in this cool box. But yeah. And then I have another A in here as well of Sereno makes an A, which I thought was just neat. Like, I like a cigar like that if it's like a UFC like fight night or something like that, where I've got a lot of time and I'll just bust out something like this. Like, it's cool. It's going to have some transitions throughout. Like most of these are not going to get boring on you. Like, will give you kind of a nice smoking experience and can smoke for a while. And then down here we've got a tin. So this is a Punch Triunfos tin. And so the Punch is part of, this particular release was part of the retro line. And so Habanos did retro lines for multiple brands, but this was the one that I ended up getting. And so you crack them, and then they've got cigars inside. And so they're just kind of cool little kit of 5. They're, you know, pretty much anywhere I've seen them, they're usually around like maybe $80 or something. You get a 5-pack with the tin. So I think it's a cool offering. The sizes, like if you see a cigar that's the same size, whatever that is equivalent, like Petite Corona size or whatever, it's the same cigar. They just will release one version of that Vitola as the retro line, and then one version of the Vitola as like whatever Petite Corona release. So you don't need to buy both if you want to try, because they're the same. What do we have over here? We got a Partagas Culebra. There she is. Little Culebra. Kind of a neat one. I have an idea for when I want to smoke this. Here's I've got 2 close friends from high school that I still see periodically. And I think the next time 3 of us are together, we should split that up and smoke it. That'd be a nice fun thing to do with the group. And then we got a couple boxes down here. I try to always keep a box of this cigar. This is a Cutie Gilse, number 50. This is a 2023 box. But yeah, I always try to keep a box of these, like a full box, a backup box, because I love this cigar. I think it's phenomenal. So, Cutie 50. I was hanging out with some friends, and a non-smoking friend heard one of my cigar friends say, "Oh yeah, that's such a breakfast cigar." And he was like, "What does that mean?" It's like, you know, like a light cigar, like you could have with like a coffee or like early in the day. And it just like blew that guy's mind. He's like, "Well, I've never heard such a thing." I'm like, of course you haven't. This one is the H. Upmann Royal Robusto, and we got a 2024 box. And yeah, I'm letting these sleep. I tried them. I wasn't blown away, so I'm gonna see what they do with a little time. But they are a beautiful looking cigar. I love the LCDH banding, and yeah, looks great. And then the last of the boxes down here is this big Epicurean, or now Casa Carillo, La Historia. And this is the Regalia de Celia. And I won a little contest on one of their live streams. And so the prize was this box. So big thanks to Casa Carillo for sending this one in. Beautiful box, beautiful box. So this is kind of the first Herf. Hopefully that was enjoyable for you. If you had some favorites or some questions about what you saw, please drop them down in the comments. Otherwise, I'm gonna make a couple volumes of this and go through the collection so you guys can see it. As always, I appreciate you watching my videos. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon as well. Bye.
So till next time.